So I'm going to go over two declassified, proven true documents that have been declassified where the U.S. government hurt innocent civilians and is still happening today. First of all is Operation Northwoods. Now, if you want, this was declassified after the assassination of JFK. Once when JFK was assassinated, some of the things he signed off on and some of the things that he would not sign off on was declassified. 2001 was when the public became aware of Operation Northwoods. Now, if you want to know what Operation Northwoods is, it was a plan for the U.S. government and to basically pay the CIA to attack innocent civilians, blame it on the Cuban government, and then invade. But JFK refused to sign the paperwork, so it didn't go forward. And nobody knew about this. It wasn't public information, and it wasn't released until 2001. Now, keep in mind, this was in the 60s that this was taking place. So, it wasn't declassified. The public didn't become aware until 2001. It's called Operation Northwoods. That's where the U.S. government wanted to attack their own people. Next is Ernest Hemingway. For about 20 years, Ernest Hemingway was followed. He was being made crazy. He was being drugged. They shocked his brain with shock treatments because he said that he thought he was being followed. He thought that people were drugging him. He thought that maybe the U.S. government or the FBI was doing something to him. Nobody believed him. After about 20 years of him going insane because people were doing stuff to him, he committed suicide. Ernest Hemingway committed suicide. And till the day he died, he swore that he wasn't crazy, that he wasn't making this stuff up, he didn't have a mental disorder. No, the government was after him. Now, people say that you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're crazy, or you don't, you need to be shocked, you need your brain shocked over and over, or here's all these drugs or medications. But Ernest Hemingway was given a whole cocktail of medications. Now, here's the interesting part. After he killed himself and committed suicide, it was declassified that yes, the FBI and the CIA spent 20 years following him around and doing stuff to him. It was declassified and proven to be true. They admitted, oh yeah, we have a whole list of people we do this to. And Ernest Hemingway was on that list. So he killed himself, and the family tried to bring the government to court because that contributed to his suicide. He committed suicide because people were calling him crazy. They were calling him mental. They were drugging him. They were shocking his brain with electricity, all because the government was following him and treating him badly. He had people who were totally making him look insane. They wanted him to look crazy. They didn't want anybody to listen to him. And till the day he died, nobody knew that this was true and happening. Until after he committed suicide and it was declassified that yes, he was being followed. Yes, they did have control of what happened to him in the hospitals. Yes, the drugs that he was being given weren't helping because it was real. Because these things are real. If you want to look it up yourself, both of these are easily to research. They've been declassified. Northwoods was back in the 60s and didn't get declassified until 2001. What do you think's happening today? You think this stuff doesn't still happen today? Of course it does. What is happening today in society, you don't get to find out until it's declassified 40 years later. Keep that in mind, that Operation Northwoods happened in the 60s, but we didn't truly find out about it until 2001. And that's where they were going to attack hundreds and hundreds of people and blame it on Cuba. They were going to hurt innocent civilians just so they could invade Cuba. And this has been proven true. As well as the fact that Ernest Hemingway was being followed and being made to be insane or look insane. That's also been proven to be true. I can give 100 more examples, but I don't have much more on my clock up here to record. But I want people to keep in mind that these pharmaceutical companies, these psychiatrists, They do target certain individuals that the government wants them to target, as well as money and profits come first in America. So keep that in mind. I've been hurt by this. I've been hurt by the pharmaceutical industry. I've been hurt by certain doctors. I've been hurt by society. I was even hurt by my own mother because she had a mental illness that wasn't being treated. I'm not quite sure what you call that mental illness when a mother starts trying to disable their kid, but there's a lot going on in society and we cannot turn a blind eye to it.